Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to another exciting all boards, no swords randomizer tournament. Today we have ryin7 versus Ellendar, and what's going to be an interesting matchup. As you can see over on ryin7 side, we have a 50-50 chance of it being a mirrored overworld. And on the left here in Ellendar's side, 3 hours seed, which I am really hoping that's not going to be the case. So for those of you who are unfamiliar with the All Boards No Swords tournament, the goal of the game obviously is to defeat Ganon. And for anybody who's familiar with the old form of Swordless, used to not be able to actually fight Ganon because Ganon has always been weak to the sword. So in this case, our creator, Fred Coughlin, has made the wand, the weapon that Ganon is susceptible to. And aside from that, also going to need to pick up those silver arrows and, of course, the bow. Now, as for dungeons, dungeon shapes can be first or second quest, or a mixture of both. If a second quest is shuffled anywhere, the first 6 or the last half of the levels, we're going to be seeing second quest rooms. And, of course, any second quest dungeons will have second quest doors, which are the walk-through walls. On top of that, we got second quest enemies, so the Stelphos will be firing Lionel beams, and we have the red bubbles. And since this is a swordless tournament, those red bubbles aren't going to take away your non-existent sword. Instead, they are going to be taking away your ability to move properly. Your controls will be inverted. And it looks like we are starting here up in the forest, and it looks like we got a hint shop on our start screen. And it looks like we've got a mirrored overworld.
Yep, so one of their wishes right off the bat didn't come true. They wanted to not have mirror, and they wanted first quest, and right off the bat they get mirrored.
And by the way, this is my co-commentator, Fury SK, also known as the lover of the bad banana.
Speaking of said glorious banana, it is the Armos item for the seed.
You know what? As much as we love to throw shade on the magic boomerang, it's still a good weapon to have. Looks like we got ourselves a fairly okay large secret. Not the greatest, but at least it's over vanilla. Let me get back to the boomerang, though. One of the strengths of the boomerang is that you'll be able to clump all those enemies together. Aside from the fact that you might be able to defeat the 0 HP enemies, which is on, by the way, so some of those enemies might fall to the boomerang. You can clump them up, and you can time some bomb strikes, and hopefully get a 10 count a lot easier. So that boomerang is going to be used a lot more in this particular... And hey, look at this! Already we have the bow on Ellendar's side in level 4. And it's only one room in, whereas ryin7 is taking a bit of a death.
Yep, and it looks like at least the front half of the dungeons are going to be first half.
That's good to see. Yeah, first quest 1 to 6, that's good in several ways. Number 1, it's not quite as mazy. Number 2, there's going to be 2 items in level 1 instead of the 1 item in the second quest. And the other important thing is that there's going to be a lot of keys available. So even if we have second quest, 7 through 9, at least there's going to be a lot more keys available.
Yeah, it looks like bow mode will not be missed by ryin7 for that awful long. He's already in level 4 trying to do the same clip, although there is a bit of a thrown away staircase.
Well, the bad news is this is a triple Dodongo room, and those Dodongos, you can't stun them and slash them with your sword. You have to use the 2 bombs. But the good news is it's a diamond staircase, which means that you can easily clip into it. Now, of course, the way that this game is set up, glitches will never be required to complete a seed. They just, it's more like quality of life, make things a little faster. And unfortunately, because we have a mirrored overworld, some of those screen scrolls that a lot of racers are used to are not going to be available. But there is, oh no, we've got a ladder block level 4 Triforce piece.
Yeah, that's a bit of a downer, but in the end, you can kind of come back there with more equipment since
You know
it's
what?
not too far away
Ladder
from
block
stuff.
Triforce versus a ladder blocked bow. You take the Triforce ladder blocked any day because at least that means that that means they can go grab some arrows as soon as possible. Now I don't know what we saw. What was on the coast?
Fred is on the coast.
Fred is on the coast. Okay, so we got a vanilla heart container. Which, you don't really want to see one of your free items being eaten up by such a low priority item.
Yeah, you're kind of hoping now that the white sword item is like the wand or something, and that
Yeah, that would be nice.
the ladder comes into play really early, and you get that heart container and the heart out of whatever dungeon you found it, and boom, you're set for a while.
Well, considering that we have seen two out of, at least two of our so-called garbage items.
Well, two non-essential. They're not garbage at the early part of the seed, but they're not exactly what you want.
Yeah. Although the boomerang is doing its job, so those Octoroks are being felled with one hit. Unfortunately, not the blue Octoroks, and it looks like it's the fast Octoroks that are 0 HP.
Yeah, but when you have a lot of stuff on the overworld, like you'll sometimes see gorillas on the overworld that throw boomerangs. You'll have moblins that shoot arrows at you. If you stun them up, trying to progress through screens, you're less likely to die. So
yeah,
there are multiple uses for the boomerangs.
Yeah, especially with the levers, especially the blue levers. And, of course, if we see Lionels as well, which it looks like Lionels will be in the underworld.
Perhaps my favorite is conserving bombs by stunning the mini dig dogger with a boomerang.
Yeah.
Because those stuns, those can save you a lot of bombs. It allows you to use your candle.
It appears as if we have found the magic sword, which, of course, has been replaced by a 4 bomb pack. Now, that could actually be our white sword item, but we just don't know.
1 in 15 chance, basically, and those odds have gone down a little bit since we found some items already.
Yeah, just like having the heart container be the floor drop in level 2, it's less likely that the white sword will be the bombs, but it's still possible. It's still possible. Everything's possible in Randomizer.
Even bring Danger Noodles and Patras to the overworld?
No. Hey, it looks like we find our wood candle, as I like to call it. Because it's the wooden sword cave and it's got a free candle.
Well, given that the only other way to get a candle is to purchase it or find the red one in a dungeon, I mean...
Yeah, that's actually an interesting idea, is removing candles from the shop and requiring the red candle to be found free can burn bushes. Bit of an interesting mode there.
Looks like we have level 8 on Vanilla 1 walkway, so that's an interesting place.
And judging by what's going on here, yeah, this is looking like it's also... Yeah, this is looking like it's also, first quest.
Yeah, my guess is all first.
Yeah, because where its location it would be, it's basically, that would be the middle of the spiral. And the spiral only has, one way to go. This one, you can... Ooh! Not making it into the spiral staircase.
So all first kind of lends itself to seeds going a little bit quicker if the items aren't in level 9 or level 7. Whereas second quest, you kind of have level 4, level 8, Occasionally, level 7 can be a bit of a problem that you can't really get through them and get all the items out of quickly.
But we found ourselves a raft in level 8, which probably not the nicest thing to find early on, but at the same time, though, it makes routing a little bit easier. Because you will be able to check out those raft spots while you're making your way. And ooh, there's our Lionels.
It lets you get off the coast raft spot, but it doesn't exactly stop you from getting there if you don't have it. Whereas the Vanilla 4 is always going to be a raft.
Yeah, that's true. The coast raft spot will be able to be scrolled into because of the mirrored overworld. But again, like I said, though, that wouldn't factor into the logic. The logic would always assume that you don't screen scroll, or that you can't block clip. And hey, looks like we found level 9. And it looks like we have a possibility of there being another item here in level 8. Let's see, what have we got here? It is our transport staircase. And it's possible that we might actually have a recorder block. Here's the other hint shop.
Yeah, I can't guarantee that that block's going to actually block anything until we see the bottom half of level 8 via a bomb hole.
True. Yeah, that other item in the Triforce could very well be down in that bottom spot. And of course, one other thing we neglected to mention is that the book will serve as a translator in the seed, so that those hints will only be useful to purchase if you can find the book. And it looks like we found level 6. Going to pirouette to get rid of that key block on Ellendar's side. Alright, well, we got Wall Masters, we've got Pulse Voices. Ooh, yep. We've got a whole bunch of Pulse Voices. Now, they already have the bow, so they just need to go find some arrows and they'll be set against those Pulse Voices.
Yep, I think in this seed, for sure, you're going to prioritize wood arrows pretty quickly, especially with the amount of money available in Large Secret.
Yeah. And of course, the wood arrows do white sword damage, so it is kind of like the wand, except for the fact that, ooh, taking a death. It has a few here's a few enemies that the wand beams can't. Even though conversely, the wand beams will also do things that arrows can't. But still, it's a long range weapon. See, is there anything here at level 8 spot? No. Now, also, a thing to keep in mind is that we do have mixed quests turned on. So that means that, yeah, so that level 7 spot is also not burning. That also means that we've got a potential of 10 recorder blocks and 7, power bracelet blocks. Huh, interesting. So that screen is an interesting one to consider because, didn't lose any. Ellendar didn't lose any money, so that is one of the 2 hint spots for the swords. So the useful one, of course, being the white sword item, which the hint will proclaim.
Yeah, it feels like in these seeds in general, those 2 hints don't exactly amount to much because by the time you usually have found the book, you've also found out what the white sword item is or where it's.
Yeah, no, it is possible that you might end up finding the book before the white sword item, and it will at least tell you whether or not the item is worth hunting or not. Because remember, that sword, that could be under a recorder spot, it could be under a power bracelet spot. And it's not going to tell you, well, it's going to tell you where, but it won't tell you exactly where. So let's see, Ellendar going here to Candle Row. Nothing. And let's check out the Magic Shield shop. We have level 2.
Yep. It's usually the home of a specific boomerang, but in this case it's going to have another floor drop and or actually a Gibdo Tringle.
Alright, well, we'll take that. But it looks like it's yeah, level 2 is probably more likely than any other level to be, combat blocked for the item.
Well, you know me, I root for trolls, so I'm hoping that the White Sword bombs are in here.
No, I'm sorry, level 2 is going to... The only thing in level 2 is going to be trolling is you.
Well, you have a heart container. That's one of the 2 items that you could find on the floor. So what's the other floor item going to be?
Well, we might not know yet because we've got some combat. Okay, that's nice. The gels remain at 0 HP. Well, there's bombs. So you might get your wish. Oh, no, it's the power bracelet. That is, that's good. That's a good pickup for Ellendar, because now Ellendar will be able to root all of the power bracelet spots. And that's exceptionally good, because probably not going to check out Death Mountain, for a while. Oh, it looks like our White Sword item is the ladder, and Ellendar is guaranteed to pick that up, and they do.
Yep, it's on Candle Row. I think Ryan will eventually burn that all up, and so we probably won't see a lot of impact from that, but you never know.
Yeah. And then, of course, Ellendar is going back into level 8. And meanwhile, we have level 5 here on ryin7's side. Oh, but it looks like it's a immediate... Well, we can go... No, it's immediate ladder block.
Yeah, he can potentially bomb north. Like pirouette.
Yes. Gonna try pirouetting north. Yeah, you need to come in from above. Gonna try coming in from this location. It looks like we found our transport staircase in level 8. And there's the heart container.
Here's a conundrum for Ryan. He's got another blue ring shop. Looks like he's gonna nope it because he wants the wood arrows.
Here we go. Ellendar is gonna be bunching up all of these Tektites.
You can't even kill him with one candle blast, so that's not fun.
Yeah. And the funny thing about Tektites is that they were never programmed to have recoil damage, so they will teleport all around once they're hit. And there's the level 8 Triforce.
Hard to get Y-forced when you have a wall force.
Yeah. And here's level 6 on Ryan's side. It looks like Ellendar is trying to look for that second item here in 8. Oh, that's right. Ellendar didn't get the raft out of 8 yet.
We're squared back up here. Without the ladder on Ryan's side, but otherwise squared up.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna be able to get past this room here. Now, I'm actually kind of... Okay, well, ooh, no, you've got to up an A there. That's one of the things about the pancakes. The like-likes, they steal your shield, but most importantly, they hold you in place. And, you know, normally you have a sword that you can use to break out, but if you don't have a sword, if you don't have a wand, or you're not willing to use a whole bunch of bombs, you're stuck in there and you're gonna have to up A out. Anything here? Wow, that's 25 for our door repair charge.
Not my favorite thing to see when I'm racing, but at least they have a lot of money.
Well, they'll have significantly less money. 4 of those babies will cost you 100 rupees. And it looks like we do have more potential Dig Dogger blocks. I'm gonna call it now. Recorder in 8. Hey, we got a level 3 here on ryin7's side.
Yep, we're quickly down to just 2 dungeons that we haven't found.
Yeah, that's I believe that's 1 in 7, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, one that you really want to find early and one that you don't want to find ever.
Well, unfortunately, this isn't Pentaforce, so that level 7 is 100% required.
Well, bad news is bombs are 36 rupees. Good news is Bomb Shop has arrows, so that puts Ellendar at a combat advantage.
68 rupees too, so that's not too bad. I think they're usually 80. There's
I believe
our
so.
container. Yep, there's our container for Ryan. And ooh, here's a room full of pancakes. Ryan is going to hop out of that room. And land molas, also not the friendliest thing to see, but these, that variant, not the worst to deal with. Would probably need to come back with a better item. Don't want to waste bombs on them.
And this is one of the first times we've seen bubbles.
Yep. Yeah, it looks like Ellendar is back here in level 5. Ooh, gets pancaked. So this room here, the triple bar room, does not have anything. Ooh, look at that, 78 for a bomb upgrade. That is pretty cheap. Oh, okay, yeah, there we go. Take out these land molas with the arrow.
Oh shoot, on Ryan's side, got stuck in a room with Gibdos in a horizontal chute.
Yeah, that's not fun. Well, it looks like the orange Tektites rolled 0 HP.
It's a bit of a sticky situation for Ryan. He doesn't have a key and had a whole bunch of different mobs in a room with a bunch of diagonal blocks.
See, I'm actually kind of curious why, was it Ryan or Ellendar? And I think it was Ellendar who found the bomb upgrade. That's right, because it was in level 5. Kind of surprised Ellendar didn't pick up extra bombs. Ah, never mind. There you go. Ooh, look at that. That's 78 rupees for 6 bombs. That's probably got to be the cheapest I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's a rare situation where it rolled cheap and you get the max, so
Yeah.
I'd be happy with it. The one downside that we saw last night, though, is that it takes away some of your arrow money, so he's going to have to be a little bit more careful with his arrow usage until he finds more secret.
But at least that can be a little bit more generous with the bombs. And of course, you're going to want those bombs for exploration too, so... Now there's the compass at a level 5. Ooh, wow. Yeah, those Tektites definitely rolled upwards, because it's taking 2 wooden arrows. Normally it would only take 1 wooden sword slash.
Yeah, so it means they're at +3, or they're +2 and they're 3 HP, I would think.
Yeah. Yeah, that would make sense. Because, yeah, each sword upgrade, I believe, yeah, it adds exponentially. So, so wooden sword is 1, white sword is 2, magic sword is 4. Kind of like with how the rings operate as well.
Looks like we have 5 or 6 HP on the blue Lionels.
That's not fun to see.
It's also not fun is taking a sword beam to the rear end in that room, because it sends you all the way back to the starting room.
Yeah, one of the things that you really don't like to see is a room full of Lionels or gorillas with water, water, because if there's too many sprites on the screen, Link will not be able to deploy the ladder. Oh, there's our danger noodles. Gonna take them down. Oh. There we go. Let's see if there's anything good here. Nope. I don't think we've seen the item here in level 5.
Oh, you have a chance here.
Yeah, this is probably it.
Got raid bossed by the Tektite when he clipped in.
Yeah, these Tektites are saying, no, no thank you. Probably means there's something good in here. Do it the old-fashioned way, and it is a transport staircase.
I think you gotta take that after clearing that, just to see where it goes.
Yeah, could be new air.
Well, that's useful.
Well, you can still go up, or you can potentially go up. Ah, we can go this way, though.
Well, up would have been the old man, that eye of that dungeon.
Yeah. Hey!
Here has to be the item now, and it's a room of nothing.
Yeah, but then I was gonna say, though, car container in its vanilla location. See, I told you there was an important item here in level 5.
Nothing guards the banana.
Free bananas for everybody.
Yep, unfortunately for Ellendar, he can't trade in his magical boomerang for a regular. It only works the other way.
You know what's really funny is that the RAM location for the bit that gives you the magic boomerang is 666.
I feel like that was purposeful. Anyway, so we have the ladder on Ryan's side, so that's going to be useful for him.
Also going to go up and discover level 2, or... Nope. Yep.
Now, when these Linos clump together, I would almost want to use a bomb, given how few rupees I have left.
Yeah. That's actually surprising, because yeah, with... Oh, there we go. Yeah, but it's taking 2 bombs to get rid of these guys, so...
Yeah, well, you can do like a bomb and an arrow, because that's 6 damage. That sort of tactic, and if you get multiples of them...
But hey, you know, at least, that's the other thing too, though, is... Whoop, make sure you grab the bombs. And it looks like we didn't find anything useful on the raft location.
No, it looks like... Yeah, the runners have looked at that island and haven't found anything useful. They just marked it off. It's just a secret of some sort that Ryan didn't pick up yet because of his rupee count.
Okay, yeah. See if there's anything here at this... here we go. This is where level 3 was located. So at this point in time, you know, we're still missing, you know, some pretty important items. We're still missing the wand. We're still missing the silver arrows. Haven't found a whole lot in the way of items lately. I could just say that whatever's left is going to be worth finding.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything really left that I would be sad to see outside of perhaps the bomb pack.
Yep, and Ellendar is getting the confirmation that second quest is not a factor in... Oh, shoot. I think that might be your Triforce room. I would not be surprised if that's the Triforce room.
My math is not the best, but that looks like 122 rupees is what's required for that hit shop once you get the book.
Yeah, if you could find the book. But we're finding all of the old men. At this rate, I would wager that the item in level 3 is in its vanilla location. Take out these mold orms.
Well, they are getting a lot of health in this.
Yeah, here, this pancake room. This pancake room here is probably what is guarding the item. Oop.
He's done a lot of damage with bombs, so pretty soon he can switch to the arrows and do the rest of it. It's a pretty sound strategy. Take as much health as you can off so that you don't spend all your arrows, and then go ahead and switch over.
I think it's going to take about 5 arrows to defeat these pancakes, normally. And it looks like they definitely rolled upwards. So yeah, this looks like it's our... Okay, well, gels, that's not a bad thing. They'll be taken down easily with the boomerang. And this has got to be our item, and it is. What have we got? Ooh, red candle. Okay, that's good to find right about now. They still don't have that wand, and, you know, while the arrow does do more damage, it also costs more resources. And I've seen seeds where that red candle is almost required. Oh, Ellendar is going back to start. It looks like ryin7 is back here in level 8, trying to discover the secrets of level 8.
Yeah, there's a way to kind of get further to the left, but he hasn't taken the staircase yet to take that. Seeing as there are like 4 bomb walls that they haven't checked over there, the bomb wall obviously he hasn't checked below here, but we've seen that on the other side. So he'll be able to get his Triforce at least.
Now there's the map for level 3. A compass would be handy. You gotta love those inverted controls. At least these aren't the permanent bubbles. No, just a key. There's our Triforce. Ooh, taking a death by the land mola.
They're not as quick, but if they block your entry on the left side, that can still be just as dangerous.
Yeah, it's even worse if there's a shutter room on the left as well. Because then you're just locked in. You're just... Yeah, two of the worst things is getting shutter blocked in on the left-hand side with a blue land mola, and the other one is coming out of a reverse C room with a blue land mola. Because they're just right in your face. You basically have to react quickly or you're gone. But
when he had 3 health here, I think his option was to go ahead and quickly run south in the room right off the bat, and if he had a tank 2 damage, he could still get there.
If Ellendar can take down one of these, then, oh no, it takes both down, but if you can take one of the land molas down, you can exit the room and come back, and the other one will be gone. So Ellendar's looks like is actually in very good shape. Has at least 4 Triforces on the board. Has the power bracelet, has the ladder, has arrows.
Yeah, the best chance for Ryan to get back in this now, which he isn't aware of, is going to level 8 and testing as many of those bomb walls as possible to see if it's not in fact blocked by that dig dogger. If it's not blocked and it has something like even a recorder just to kind of open up more overworld spots and or get past that block.
Yeah, well that's what
then
I'm
it
saying.
Could bring him back.
That's what I'm saying is I believe the recorder is an 8 based on the fact that we've got a lot of these recorder blocks, and I like to think that the game likes to pretend like, oh no, you can't get past this spot. Well, guess what? This is where the item is held. So I've seen that in levels where you have a lot of, water rooms. And it's like, oh hey, there's the ladder. Now, it's not a very scientific way of determining that's where the item is. It's more of a gut feeling kind of a moment.
In the meantime, we have found level 1.
Ooh, there we go. This is the gold mine right here. Now we know whatever's in level 1 is going to be very useful. In fact, it might even be the remainder of the items that we need to complete this seed. And it's got whiz robes.
If you're gonna find them in a room, this is probably the room to find them in, because they kind of get confused, the blue whiz robes in the Inishi room.
Yeah. They kind of get stuck in that loop. Oh, there's the Triforce.
I don't believe you checked the left room down at the foot, but...
No, but you're gonna do that anyway, because that was a Wizrobe room, and that Wizrobe was blocking the Triforce. So, you know, if you got all the trouble to get into that room, you're gonna be like, no, I'm not leaving without it.
It's up to 5 keys now as well, so you may opt to go up and see if that breaks open the seed for him. Instead, he just takes a boomerang to the face when he walks through the door. Well, that's what I consider to be the law of these seeds. You find the Triforce, you pick it up, and then the next room you clear compass.
Well. Ooh, not a push block.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, since this is all first quest, that they're not actually going to have to check any of these diagonal blocks or the trap rooms or any of that stuff. They just have the conventional one.
Now, it's still very well possible those bombs that you saw on the floor in the bubble room is the White Sword. Because remember the White Sword? Well, that could have been the White Sword as well. In fact, that's an interesting spot. It looks like here is a potential item location.
Thankfully, the red Wizrobes do not roll up. They're only a single bomb use.
Yeah, that's not terrible. And no, it doesn't open.
That's 2 trolls in level 1.
Well, isn't that what you want?
Well, yeah.
Alright, this could be a potential drop room. Nope, just the map.
And we finally see a staircase, though, so this time we won't get trolled. On bomb pack. How about an upgrade to your arrows instead?
Wow, the almighty silver arrows are here in 1. And also, if I didn't know correctly, I would say that's starting to look more like level 3 than level 1.
Interestingly enough, he's already decided to bail out of level 1 with the silvers in hand, so it's a small gamble, but he's thinking perhaps that the bombs that he found in like 3 different rooms all could have potentially been the floor drop.
But, yeah, there's not very many spots left to check in level 1, so... And we're still missing level 7.
I think he just had the bottom left room left.
Whoa, hold the phone.
Oh, White Sword is bombs. Hello.
Yeah, better go back into level 1 then. Because we know that those bombs in level 1 are not the White Sword item.
Yep, that should tip off Ellendar, because I'm pretty sure both runners have seen the magical sword.
Yes, they have. I believe it was the shop next to Vanilla Start. I mean, well, actually, wait, no. I'm confusing that with another seed.
Yeah, actually, now that I think about this, we're both being silly. The latter was the white sword item, so those bombs could still be level 1s. Lord.
Oh, then that was the magic sword. Yes, you're right. We are silly. We are incredibly silly.
You know what we did? We thought about that hint that we saw that could have been the white sword hint. That's what we were thinking.
Well, I'm also thinking of the other scene that I was playing or watching last night. So everything, if you watch too much Randomizer, everything just starts blending together.
Yep, watching, doing commentary, and then playing a seed, all in the same kind of time frame, is always the recipe for confusion.
We're trying. Oh, boards and no swords makes Jiggly a dull man.
Ellendar is looking to clip onto this raft spot. At this point, I think I'd just walk around personally, getting trolled by my screen scrolling.
Yeah, depending on how good your screen scrolling is, sometimes it is just faster to just forgo the trick.
And his reward is he has no money left until he retries.
Insert slide whistle here.
So now we have two potential items that Ellendar has left behind in dungeons.
Yeah, it's possible that could be a recorder.
Yep, both of them could either be recorder or they could be wand. They could be red ring. There's a lot of things they could be that could potentially help swing the race back into a position for both runners to be competitive by the end. Looks like wall masters are also 0 HP for what it's worth, as Ryan, before he got grabbed by the second one, took the first one down with boomerang.
That's not too bad. And Ellendar getting the Triforce out of 4, I think maybe that's what's probably going to happen is going to do a little bit more digging around and then probably going to head back to 1 after exhausting all the options. So you may not want to go back into those rooms with the whiz robes. But yeah, one of the things about randomizers is that you definitely really shouldn't be making assumptions about things. I know that's what I enjoy doing, but really, you can't, like, for example, you can't refuse to dig level 7 because you think, oh, level 7 won't have anything good. But on the other hand, you can't also be like, I have to dig level 7 because it's got to have something good because the game hates me. If you know what I'm talking about. I mean, we all like to play the metagame, but you just can't know sometimes.
Another small issue that's starting to crop up as Ellendar picks up his 11th heart container is he has not a whole bunch of money, and he doesn't exactly have the most keys in the world to use. That's also becoming a small issue for Ryan.
Yeah. And we still haven't seen level 7 yet, so we still don't know if it's possible that a bait block is required. There's the Triforce out of 6.
It's trying to persuade him to leave and go to level 9. That's for sure, because he's only got one Triforce left in level 7 that he doesn't have. He hasn't found level 7. In fact, neither runner has found.
Well, there's still a lot of power bracelet spots that are left.
Yep, and from what I can see, Western Death Mountain has not been checked at all by either runner, nor has the lower half of Eastern Death Mountain.
You know, it's also very possible, too, that we might have a situation where you need to go into level. You need to, complete the Triforce, go into level 9, pick up the recorder, and then go back and go. Oh no, wait, we can't do that because we need the Triforce out of 7. Yeah.
Good news is bait is no longer required this seed, in case you just missed it on ryin7's side. On the very top row, we saw a snake that wanted some meat. Because this is all first quest, there's only one bait block and not 2.
Yeah, and that bait block can be shuffled between dungeons because it's first quest only. If we had a mix of first and second quest, those bait blocks would have been in their respective levels.
Yeah, I think the second quest, even if it's all second quest, forces one of the 2 to level 3.
Right. And, the one in level 3, that's the one that you don't want to see because that usually means it's bait block required seed. And the other one being an 8 is not good either because 8 is one of those, has a lot of long, narrow locations and it really bottlenecks you in to a particular route. Now, one good thing about the second quest level 8 is it is 35 staircases to heck, and that does mean a potential of being able to skirt over some of those potential rooms.
Hello.
Hey, there's the one in level 6. Fred.
Yeah, that's a bit of a Fred, but I kind of like seeing that because I like seeing close races, and it looked to me from the naked eye that Ryan was starting to get a little bit too far behind. This is going to allow him to clear a lot of stuff quicker than he was clearing them before. So there's potential for him to get caught up a little bit. Unfortunately, he's a long, long way from the Triforce in level 6.
Yeah, depending upon the racers, sometimes you'll know some of them prioritize, finding items over collecting Triforce pieces. So, might have a situation where it's like 50 minutes in and one racer only has one Triforce, but then once they find all the items they need, Ryan taking a death there in the NSU room. Once they find all the items that are necessary, they can just go through and clear everything up.
Yeah, that's a pretty common strategy. Ellendar almost trolled himself by, he essentially block clipped and went over the staircase. So he almost smacked into the tombstone there. Now, fortunately for Ryan, he is going to go through the staircase. The bad news is his bomb count is still at 0, and there is no way through this room without a bomb. And he doesn't know it, but we know that one bomb wall to the right will lead to a free Triforce, I believe, just guarded by red bubbles. So,
yeah, that is rather unfortunate.
Hopefully he'll be able to farm some bombs either in here or just outside of level 6. That would allow him to clean up this level.
Well, we found the script.
Yep, just need to find some money to purchase your prescription medicine.
Hey, what are you talking about? I get all my prescriptions for free.
At level 7, Death Mountain.
Yep. 33 rooms of pure torture. Or we could have an item right away.
I know in my last race I went 2 rooms in, found the Triforce, and a Triforce in go mode. Hey, a red ring right away, so you were correct. So this is where Link becomes Lunk a little bit and just tank modes everything. As now everything does a fourth of its original damage at this point.
Nope. Ellendar will gladly pick up those bombs.
So with that in mind, we only have 4 items left outstanding.
Yeah, 2 of them are in level 9. One of them is still in level 7. Or no, we found the level 7 one. Now, I believe one of them is in level 8 we haven't found. Is that correct?
1 has potential, 8 has potential, and 9 has both.
The good news is that none of those items are going to be strictly required. Because we have found all 3 pieces of, the items that are required to defeat Ganon.
We have a bomb pack, we have a book,
And
we have a recorder, and we have an indie key.
Ooh, we got a compass here.
It's all the way at the top.
Oh.
So you're probably gonna have to look for the other staircase to see if you can
game.
transport.
Why you do this to us?
I believe that's the vanilla reverse C to get to the Aquamena scarring the Triforce.
Yeah. It looks like we got ourselves some Wizrobes here. Ooh, dodge those bubbles. So maybe the book is in level 8.
Well, the indie key is definitely the most important item left outstanding at this point, because both runners could really use the safety of having no key blocks.
Now let's see if this staircase gets you any closer to the Triforce, and no it doesn't. And it drops you off in a room with 2 blue Wizrobes. How rude.
Yep, we're gonna call that a nope room and just go back where we were at start. So C definitely has the potential to troll the runners with a room full of like 5+ blue Wizrobes.
Well, the good news for Ellendar is that they have the red ring, so depending upon how full their health is, we'll be able to tank that. And with the extra bombs, still operating on reverse controls. So now this is a reminder too that Ellendar might have almost all of the pieces of the Triforce, but ryin7 has the wand.
Yeah, if Ellendar decides not to go back and revisit some dungeons, it's gonna be a long time until he actually finds the wand to be able to complete the seed.
Yeah. Well, the question
Good news for him, though, was that he had 2 old men and then a trap room on his way to the Triforce. No blue Wizrobes in sight.
That is nice. But level 9 is guaranteed to have blue Wizrobes. Or at least guaranteed to have Wizrobes. No guarantee that they'll all be blue. So now, do you think Ellendar is going to gamble on level 9, or do you think it's going to start going back to places like level 1?
Well, he's going back to level 6.
Back to 6. This is big.
Making the correct gamble here. I still think he thinks the bombs were in level 1, so I think that probably eliminates that in his mind. And I don't know if that's actually correct, but it's correct enough for him to actually be able to take advantage of going to level 6 first. Ryan finally finds out I'm in level 5. He's not going to be too awfully happy to see that Lord Banana is there, because he's looking for silvers, red ring, something that can just make it go faster.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, Ryan's got to go into level 1 to find those silver arrows. And then has to head all the way up to level 7 in order to actually get to the other piece of the Triforce. And there's a lot of Triforce pieces left to collect here anyway.
Meanwhile, we do have Ellendar making it to the wand staircase, and he's going to pick up his wand. So at 58 minutes and 40 seconds, he's officially in go mode.
It's go mode time.
Because there's no boss shuffle in this tournament whatsoever, there's no troll in level 9 awaiting him. It's just going to be Patra's, potentially Moldorm's land modes.
Well, Patrick can still act as a bit of a troll anyway.
Yeah, but it's far less of a troll than, say, a 3-door Shutter Monty with a Dig Dogger and no flute in hand.
And there's this level 5 Triforce for Ryan.
Now, even with all the required items, it's not a guarantee at this point that Ellendar is going to be able to finish off this seed, because he still only has 2 keys to his name, and if Ryan goes and digs level 1 and the any key was actually the floor item...
Or the any key could be in the next room here.
Could be, but
No,
instead it's a bunch of unfriendly folk who are shooting boomerangs and wizard beams.
Ooh, to get out you're gonna have to... Nope. And don't go up.
Yep, there is a key door up there, but he'd rather save that if possible.
Now here's a... Ooh. Now this room could potentially be Zelda's room, up here. That is a single shutter door, and that's one of the things that we are looking for, is a single shutter door that does not open after all the enemies have been killed. The other thing we're looking for is some pig.
What's of some benefit here is that he reset the room, and the blue Wizrobe was not in the first 3 that spawned in this hodgepodge setup room. So he can clear the rooms out of blue Wizrobes and make it easier to go through the seed. As ryin7 finds his red candle. Again, with the wand in hand, probably not what he wanted to see, but once he grabs the Triforce in here, he can go ahead and mark this one off.
Oh, it looks like we found the zoo room. Or the cage room. That's a unique room that's only found in level 7 first quest.
Is that also a master room usually?
Yeah, it's funny how there's a few rooms that are never reused.
Yeah, it would make more sense if it was like the weird moat room in second quest, level 6. Well, because level 6 being more trolly is kind of fun.
No, I don't think if we actually... Oh yeah, that's right, the Triforce was not here. The Triforce was all the way down by the entrance of level 3.
Yeah, the vanilla entry room is where the Triforce is. It's
Yeah.
gonna take him a little while to get down there, I think, but...
Ooh, okay, well...
Might have, yep, the compass.
Go up this way? Oh, there's the compass, yeah.
Now we're down to just 2 bombs as well, so Ellendar's resources are getting strained just a little bit in this level 9. And he got raid bossed by that red Wizrobe as well. That's not fun.
Not at all. Ooh, down to half a heart.
You might want to see what spawns in that room.
Yep, that's good. There goes that blue Wizrobe. And we can check this room here, see if it's got something like an any key. It has the book!
And that's still useful because level 9 has those hints that can kind of direct you in the right path.
Now, of course, the hint for the silver arrows Ellendar does not need, but hints on where Ganon is, and hints on where the kidnapped is located, and even where the compass is located, those are still in play. Now, of course, they could also be eaten up by a Mugger room.
It's going to have to be careful about the Wandfire, though, because he doesn't have the most health in the world.
Yeah, at his position, it could easily be taken down by the Wandfire and gets boomeranged back to start.
I couldn't tell if he was going to get taken out by his own fire or the boomerang first, but looks like the Gorilla won the race.
I was going to say, the Gria didn't run the race. Frank isn't even in this.
Not in this, but he probably will be in the weekly that's going to come up on Sunday with the April Fool's flags. That should be an interesting one.
I look forward to that. Yeah, so where does Ellendar go from here? Only one key left. Nope,
Wow,
we
this
found
9.
Yeah, this 9's not very friendly, is it?
Well, both your entry rooms are guarded by this specific setup, which you can clear down to Astolfos.
Could you just pardon me for just a moment?
Sure. The most trolly part of this to me, I think, is that he's going to have to either use his key in the other room, or he's going to have to keep clearing these rooms every time he leaves level 9, so... Definitely have to farm this red Gorilla room, in my opinion. Desperately need some bombs. Even though 2 of them are in the cage, you can pick up whatever's in there with your boomerang or with an air shot. He's going to opt straight into a key usage, though. That's daring at this point. It leaves him with just 0 of all of his resources to enter a new area.
Alright, I'm back now.
Yep. The only thing you missed was burning the last key on Ellendar's side, trying to find his way to Ganon.
Well, this does look like a location that we haven't seen yet.
Ria's guard the compass.
Alright, well that is good information to know.
Yeah, it means a strict Wizrobe room won't guard it. But it's yet to be seen if the Gria will be priority in any other rooms. And we found Zelda's shutter door, so we're starting to get a little bit more information about the seed.
Yep, now we just need to find Ganon. Here's a staircase. This could be a possible, well, we don't need the compass anymore. At least we don't need to worry about that. Over here, ooh, locked door. So now we're basically just down to 2 items left in play. 1 and 6, or should I not 1 and 6, 1 and 9, and the other one in level 1.
Yep, and he's really just out of resources to be able to clean up any other rooms at this point, so it's going to be kind of a struggle to farm up to get some of those. And meanwhile, Ryan has got the Triforce out of level 6. That puts him 2 Triforces away from level 9, and if he gets Silvers out of level 1, he'll have Go Mode accomplished on top of that.
But also, too, if manages to get the possible any key out of 1, that would, that could change things. It might not necessarily be enough to win the race, but it would get him awfully close.
Yeah, meanwhile, more gorillas that just are not dropping any bombs. Man, that's harsh.
We've been here before. That's right, I believe there was a locked door in that lower corner. There's the compass. Yeah, here's, whoa, there's another locked door. And we've got an Expandopatra. There it is. The other item is in level 1. Level 1 did in fact have the any key. Okay,
Yeah, well,
that's interesting.
It had the any key or the recorder. We don't know for sure.
I don't know if you saw that, but getting the bomb, it caused all the keys to stop moving.
Yep, it's a magic trick. I'll use this bomb and make them all freeze.
I guess that's what happens because getting the item in the underground there will cause the enemies to freeze and whatnot. But there won't be any code that'll let it unfreeze because you don't. Anyway,
I think the game just gets confused because it's not expecting there to be a non-essential item in there.
I think the same thing happens if you put like a key or a map or a compass in there.
I can say for certain that a key does the same exact thing.
Right.
So, looks like Ryan has not found level 1, which is actually PB required. It's all the way over in the Lost Hills next to level 3.
Yeah, I haven't seen Ryan digging much of the power bracelet spots. Do you think maybe they even know they have it?
Well, he just checked Second Quest Master Sword location, which is a power bracelet spot. So I just think he hasn't gotten around to them.
Yeah. But that's interesting, though, not prioritizing one of the, main 4 locations. But it looks like this level 9 is giving Ellendar the runaround.
Yeah, there's a lot of key doors, and there was also some bomb walls that he couldn't bomb, so he's going to have a bit of a struggle until he can find a key drop here, or you might have to go out and farm them. If you have to farm them, and you are in Ellendar's situation where you basically found the Triforce, the Power Bracelet, and the Heart Container in level 2 and found no keys, level 2 is usually one of those levels that has a lot of keys, so that would be the place to go if he really needs to farm them quickly.
But of course the best place would be back into level 1 because, that's where... But if Ellendar forgot that the White Sword item wasn't, like we did, forgetting that the White Sword item was the ladder...
Ellendar is definitely heading to level 2, though. This is the spot where it is.
Or
not.
Or not, no. Oh dear. Now the good news for Ellendar is that he still has to dig 1, still has to dig 7, and level 7's Triforce was in a pretty nasty location. At least in terms of getting there.
Choosing level 8 over level 2 for keys and or the any key.
This might be the break that Ryan needs.
Well, it depends on what the item is.
We forgot that the other item in 8 was outstanding, wasn't it?
Yeah, you assumed it was the flute, but I still think it's 50-50 between the two. We're not for certain yet.
Yeah. Well, I only assumed it was the flute because we ran into the Dig Dogger blocks.
Yeah, well, he has combat to get through this room now, so we're gonna see something here.
The rules of Randomizer. Rule 1, don't assume anything. Rule 2, always assume the worst.
Well, at this point, Ryan's basically left himself a couple of Power Bracelet spots and Death Mountain as far as where his last 2 dungeons could be, so...
Hey, there's the compass in level 8. Oh wait, we already have the Triforce.
The other good thing for Ryan is that he's probably going to assume that the recorder cannot be outstanding once he finds level 7 up here, so he'll know that Power Bracelet or Bomb Wall is the answer for overworld exploration to find level 1.
Okay, here... This looks like it might be our... Oh no, you know what? I think this might be their transport, because I think we just assumed that the other one was the dead end.
No, this is the item, because we saw them take the transport. We saw Ryan
Oh,
take it.
okay, yeah.
So is this the recorder, or is this the any key? It is the any key. Bingo.
Ooh. Fred.
There is one more tournament match currently scheduled tonight. It'll be on Speed Gaming 1, and it'll be between myself and Panzer Dave in the Elite 8 flag set. So it'll be one of 3 games we'll play, potentially.
Oh, good luck on that one.
Yep. It'll be, for the fans, fun. For us, maybe not.
I guess that all depends on whether Panzer Dave touches the bot.
Well, he'll be in the same room as the bot. That's never a good sign.
Well, even Panzer Dave didn't roll that seed that we had to experience, last week. So I don't think anything Panzer Dave could roll could ever top what we experienced.
Looks like we're farming some bombs on Ryan's side, and we're taking the health refill on Ellendar's side before heading back and facing off with Wizrobes in level 9. Probably a good idea.
Yeah, Ellendar is in a very good position here.
Did we ever see the potion price?
No, we never did.
I know at least one of the runners has paper.
Now, besides being able to despawn these blue Wizrobes, since there is a bubble in this room, it does mean that as long as Ellendar stays in level 9, those bubbles are not going to prevent all the enemies from returning.
Looks like Ryan's back in level 7. I'm almost positive at this point that if he didn't find his red ring, he's going to right here.
Yeah, that was a really easy red ring to find, too.
Yeah, it's stuck up in Death Mountain, so it's easy to see why both runners didn't have it early, but you definitely spend the 10 to 12 seconds to pick it up.
Okay, now we can check what is to the left and up of this room. So we already know where Zelda is located, so this door is definitely not a problem. We've got here the kidnapped awaits northeast of Skull. Thank you, we already know that.
Yeah, wanted to take it out on the old man, but ended up with a self-burn there. At least with the red ring, it doesn't do too much damage. And
Yeah,
now that he has the any key, look what he got on the floor.
Yeah, now we found all the keys.
We've also got a roar for Ganon in this room, so going up in here looks to be the answer. Here's Ganon in his own room.
How vanilla.
Yep, there's a lot of Freds in this specific race. Even though Fred's not actually in it.
Can't be 100% randomized.
You know, I don't think we've seen Zelda's room yet either, so...
Yeah, that's right. We've seen where Zelda's room's located. We don't know if it's, vanilla Zelda's room. But it is possible. Ladies and gentlemen, we have bacon.
He's gonna try and walk straight there into the top or left side. Let's see if it opens up for him. Yup, so she's not in her own room. Silver to kill the beast lies elsewhere. Thank you, old man. Get out of my way.
And Ellendar has finished with an official time of 1 hour, 19 minutes, and 8 seconds. GG.
It looks like the play of the seed basically was deciding level 1 was in fact a bomb pack, because we basically found out that it had to be a recorder that was there, but for him it stopped him from digging that before going to level 6 for the wand, or level 8 for the Innie.
Oh, and it looks like mini boss was our Super Metroid mini boss for recorder tune.
And with that, we are joined by our race winner, Ellendar.
GG,
sir.
GG's. That was a fun one. My prediction was inaccurate.
What was your prediction?
Oh, my file it was 3 hour seed.
Nah, it's not going to be a 3 hour seed. I rolled that.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's even going to be a 3 hour seed for Ryan. He's about to get his Triforce in level 7. I'll put him 1 away. I would say that the play of the seed perhaps was leaving one's second item outstanding, assuming maybe it was bombs.
No, the bomb pack was recorder. The bomb pack was in that was the only thing I didn't get was recorder.
Yeah, we saw you
pack?
leave that item behind. So we assume that maybe you thought maybe one of the floor drops of bombs might have been it.
Yes, I had one room left in one, and unless I missed it clear or something, it's entirely possible. And it was key blocked, and I was really short on keys. And I'm like, well, there's at least a 50% chance it's just because I knew it was a floor item, and I'm like, it's probably this bomb pack. If I see the bomb pack in another dungeon, I figured one's right next to start. I can revisit real quick and grab it. And then when I ran out of keys in 9, there was a 50-50 shot at that point that the any key was in 1 and it was key blocked, and I was like, oh no, I'm gonna have to farm rupees for a key.
Yeah, we thought you might go back to level 2 given how it usually has a lot of keys on the floor there, but it chose level 8 instead and found that the any key was actually in level 8 and not in level 1. That was the last item that we as commentators didn't know.
Yeah, I hadn't explored much of 8, so I figured there was there was only, so it's 50-50, it was the any key, and at worst, when I was in 8 the first time, I didn't have a reusable item, so I hadn't cleared almost any of the floor spots, so I figured I could also maybe get some keys that way. But everything was going great until that 9.
Yeah, well, you both runners, I guess, were rooting for non-mirrored first quests, and you got at least one of the two wishes there, but talk about that mirrored overworld and how it kind of messes with your head a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I did a decent amount of practice with it, but I still, like, I forget the new clips, right? Like, I could have taken the clip from the clip across the top of the map, where you can get from Death Mountain to like east of Death Mountain. Like, I could have done that one and saved a little bit of time, and I took the long walk through those ladder block spots that never have anything.
Yeah, that's what Ryan's going to check right now.
But I'm much happier with first quest mirrored than non-mirrored second quest.
Yeah, indeed. Second quest is where it really trips up a lot of folk. Looks like we are going to find... Ooh, look at that. The Pepsi's on sale today.
25 for the blue, 85 for the red, so that's a pretty big swing there.
If only the real world 2 Pepsi's equal to Coke.
Well, it looks like we've gotten both bomb spots checked here on River Road, so he's going to be able to mark those off, and on his tracker I see flute spots, this arrow that he's going to now, and the Lost Hills push block. So he's either going to have to go redig a dungeon, or he's going to have to go back to that Lost Hills push block spot, and I'm pretty sure he's going to be a little saddened by what he sees at the Lost Hills.
Yeah, I guess it all comes down to routing.
And that's, the decision to go to 6 first looking for the wand, that was pretty big, but yeah, he's once macking the staircase that just opened for 1. But I think the big play was just being able to find level 1 early enough to get the silver arrows and know that you didn't really need to dig all that much more outside of the wand.
Yeah, I was really happy when I cleared that room with like 7 or 8 likes in it, and it led to, I think, like the red candle or the power, like something good. And I'm like, when I saw that room and I pretty much knew the item was on the other side of it, I'm like, oh no. Because even with, I had 1 bomb expansion, doing a room like that without a reusable weapon is difficult.
And red Wizrobes guard the fake push block spot here in level 1, so he's probably going to clear it and come up empty, unless he goes straight into the room to the right and he'll find the diamond staircase there.
No, I think it was up by where the Triforce was, wasn't it?
No, I'm pretty sure it's to the right. It may not be the next room to the right, but it'll be up in this little northeast spot here. It's got a bomb here.
Yeah, well, that's what I meant. It's in the vanilla Triforce spot.
Oh, I thought you meant in this actual one. I guess it is in the foot. Okay. Yep, it's in the vanilla Triforce room. So with this, he'll have his silver arrows and will be able to complete the siege should he have enough keys at level 9 to not have to dig level 8. Meanwhile, Ellendar, your reward for winning this race and staying in the tournament is a little bit of a fun time.
I blame Truant.
Yep, Truant decided that you get to face off against Crystal Saber, so that'll be a fun challenge, but it'll be it'll be a bit of a bit of pressure as Truant's in chat saying you're welcome.
Well, I didn't practice the Elite 8 flags anyway, so it's only fair that I don't get to play them. I don't know. I'm gonna try my best against Saber, and we'll
Oh,
see
no,
what
that's
happens.
That's the worst thing that happened. You didn't practice the Elite 8 flags, so that's definitely mean you'll... And then that would mean throwing Saber. So,
If the cost of beating Saber is having to practice Elite 8 flags afterwards, I'll take it.
Yeah, well, the pressure should be off for you because it's really just a free roll against one of the best blindfolded runners out there. So you're basically looking at it as, hey, I'm not expected to win. If I do, then it's all good for me. And now we find the Triforce room is blocked by a NSU Blue Wizrobe, Red Wizrobe, Stalfos room, so...
And we guess that the recorder is to the left.
I would say it's almost 100% to the left at this point.
But yeah, given the situation, though, it's more likely to any racer would really want to check that right room first rather than use up a key on the left.
Yeah, unless you had somehow had the red candle early enough, or the wand early enough to clear that room in level 8 to get to the any key, and then you somehow walk down here without a compass, you'd basically go right every time.
Now, the good thing is, though, is that, yeah, even if you were to leave that room after defeating the Wizrobes and not get the Triforce, they wouldn't come back anyway because of those traps.
So with that, he has 5 keys and a bomb to his name. He'll be able to go into level 9 at about the 130 and change mark. With the red ring and a blue potion, he should also be able to survive the first couple of rooms, which were actually quite rude unless you realize the priority order that both had.
You know, I have seen I've seen a bow requirement being skirted because of the spawning rules.
You know, the best block that I've had so far was Elite 8 practicing and having back-to-back triple Dodongo rooms with the shutter door, and then the second one having the Triforce, basically forcing you to use 12 bombs.
So, yeah, so bomb upgrade required.
Well, you could have actually gotten the count set up to where you could have gotten a bomb pack, but...
Well, you know what I want. You know what I wanted. You know what I do want to see. Now, I don't think you can do this in the All Boards No Swords, but yeah, actually, you know what? That would, yeah, no, that could be a situation. You could have like a room where the blue bubbles, that give you swordless, and then beyond is a Gleeok that requires you to use the sword, and then beyond that's the wand, but the Triforce is in the Gleeok room.
What we need to have happen is red bubbles take away your wand as well.
Don't give Fred any ideas.
I'm just stealing your thunder here and taking some troll ideas and throwing them out there.
No fury.
I think I'd still rather see him throw Patras and Landmollas on the overworld.
I'm pretty sure Landmollas on the overworld would actually break the game.
They'd break the game and probably crush souls at the same time.
No. I mean, as in the game, I believe the game actually crashes. There are some spawning issues. That's why I think you don't see Octoroks in dungeons, and you don't see any enemies in certain screens. Because I think if the enemies actually spawn on a solid tile, they will crash the game.
Well, he's gonna get a peek at the spawn order and realize they can get rid of some of these blue Wizrobes, so that'll help him out a little bit. And so long as he doesn't run out of keys or bombs, this room won't come back because of that bubble being in there.
Yeah. that is right. Ryan does not have the bonfire.
Yeah, the book is in level 9. It's actually, I think, just one room up and one room to the right, and kind of another one of the same rooms that he's already fought through.
Yeah.
So Ganon is in kind of just due northish land. I don't remember if it's technically northeast or northwest that he was at. Zelda's in the northeast for sure.
Yeah. Let's see, we can go this way, and I don't think we can go up here.
Yeah, we'll see if he can find... Well, he found the compass that Ellendar also found, so that'll solve that. Now he's just probably going to need to find a staircase, and this room... Was this room the bomb pack?
Yeah, I think it was.
I know the bomb pack was kind of in this general area somewhere.
Ooh.
I just don't remember if it was key door required, but this patch was raid bossing that staircase pretty heavily.
Honestly, I would have just gone back out of the room and tried and sneak in after the other way.
Well, with the red ring, tanking through it almost would have been even possible, but they'll never have to see that patch again now, and it was in fact the bomb pack down here. He does not have the bomb upgrade, so this actually doesn't do anything for him necessarily.
Well, that stops all of the keys. Nope.
Yeah, I'd definitely save it in case he goes down to 0 bombs, so I don't blame him. Can you bomb up in this room is the question.
No, I don't
The
think
answer
you
is
can.
yes.
Oh, the answer was okay. The answer is die.
I think if I have recalled this correctly, Ellendar also bombed up in this room.
Yeah, I think it came down to up here. Up here should be. Yeah, here we go. And I believe Ellendar went left.
Well, if he goes up, he's gonna find Ganon relatively shortly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it looks like we're gonna have the conclusion of this seed here within the next couple of minutes. Is with a red ring, potion, and wand in hand, Ryan's plenty capable of taking down the pig. And he does hear the roar of Ganon.
And it was to the
And
north.
check to the right first. He's gonna see that there's a chute blocking the shutter door on that side. That's actually pretty troll. And now he's got a bomb wall to the north and to the west. Takes the north route, finds Ganon in his room for the second time we've seen. And Ganon is actually a little bit off on his spawn pattern, so it made it hard for him to hit him until he came in from the north of Link. But at this point, I think it'll be relatively academic. And that's the 8th hit on to Ganon. Silver arrow into the pig, and now he's probably going to go right twice, given that he saw the vertical shoot. And he's going to finish not too far behind Ellendar, but unfortunately just not enough to stay
Save
in the
his
tournament
bacon.
as he sees... The old man says, "I've lost my script," since he hasn't found the book. Yeah, a
Gonna
couple
say-
arrow shots and a candle burn.
I was gonna say he may have picked up the bacon, but this isn't enough to save his bacon.
Yep. Bad news is he's out of the tournament. Good news is no Elite 8 flags for him. Oh, he just dodged that bullet
Yep.
at least. Get your GGs out for Ryan. 138.20. While we're waiting for Ryan to jump in here, I'm going to give the shout outs to the Restream channel Randomania for allowing us to have one of the rooms for this race. Captain Green7 for restreaming the race, and Hannah Picania for tracking for us. Made it a little bit easier for us to focus on just doing the commentary, so much appreciated. With that, sounds like we have Ryan in the room. GG's, Ryan.
Hello?
Hello.
Okay, there you are. Thank you. GG, Ellendar.
GG.
So, we can kind of walk you through a little bit of what happened this seed, but I think based on your wand smacking of a specific overworld staircase, you probably know what was most costly to the...
Yep. Yep.
Your opponent also found Wood Arrow Shop, the bomb shop up in Death Mountain on that pathway. I want to say about 25 to 30 minutes into the seed, which allowed him to get the red candle a little bit faster than you found the red candle, and subsequently just kind of let him get a advantage on you. And we thought that you might have a chance to come back because you did find the one before Ellendar did in level 6. But after digging out most of level 1 and being key blocked out of the final room, I think he made the decision that that was a bomb pack and went back to level 6 first instead of elsewhere and found his one.
Yeah, that, without seeing it, that's probably a good summary. I don't know why I didn't have it marked off, that power bracelet spot. I just kind of went everywhere around it, and it's just a big oops, I guess.
Well, you definitely had more spots in other areas of the overworld map, so it's not that egregious to miss that spot. Just unfortunate that in this circumstance it did have something kind of important. So, bad news is this is kind of the end of the road for you in this tournament. The good news is you don't have to face Crystal Saber to try and get into the Elite 8, so you did dodge.
Yeah, it's kind of, I can't speak for Ellendar, but if I were to win, it'd be kind of bittersweet. You know, you kind of win, but then you're like, oh, geez, my next opponent.
Yeah, it's a little bit of pressure for sure, but like I told him, if you just sit there and treat it as a free roll that you're not really expected to win per se, because Saber's got this large history of winning most of these tournaments or finishing second, then you can kind of take the pressure off yourself and you never know from there.
On the other hand, all bets are open.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, go for it. Playing with house money.
Yep, Truant play with house money, and look how that turned out for him.
Yeah, absolutely.
So this, even though it's the other road for you, I'm certain that this made you feel just a little bit more comfortable at finding your way through some of the sorted seeds early on without finding the actual sword. So perhaps a little bit of bonus benefit once you get back into Sword of Tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. This was a lot of fun, a little bit of frustration. I've never played Swordless before this, and I don't know, kind of watched a few people and said, I might be able to do this. And I don't know, it was fun. But yeah, I think it will help when you're playing a regular seed with a sword, is kind of maneuvering overworld dungeons, maybe with just a candle or a boomerang or something like that.
Well, Jiggly, do you have anything for either runner, or if any of the runners have anything to ask about, we can certainly answer that quickly.
No, everything's okay. It was a good race.